Another one for Tommy boy. Another one for the world. Another one for the listeners.
Episode number 24 of the Third Leg Podcast. As always, I'm your host, Riley Warren, and alongside me is my co-host, Dr. Dunny. How you doing? How you been, buddy?
Pretty good. Long weekend, bachelor party weekend. You might be able to see the raccoons suntan that I got going on, but it was fun while it lasted. That's for sure. What about you?
What'd you do? Play like 100 holes of golf this weekend?
So Thursday and Friday we played 63 holes of golf, and then Saturday was a boat day, so we were on the lake all day.
Oh my God, I'm exhausted for you.
Yep, it was a bad weekend to be a beer.
Exactly, buddy. That's a good bachelor weekend.
Amen.
All right, so today we are rocking out our initial goat whale. It is a 6-pick from PrizePicks, and it's a 25x. Most of the time we do 20 to 50. On this case, $20 wins you $500, and 50 will get you about $12.50. So we're going to run through our top six picks for the NFL full season, and then give you some of our leans and kind of our mind on how we're looking on other players as well. But to start us off, what do we got done?
So my number one favorite guy, and probably a lot of people were on him this year purely because he no longer has the competition that he normally has in the backfield, is Nick Chubb, over 1,275.5 yards this year for the season. He's hit this in 3 of his 5 years in the NFL. The only seasons he didn't, it was his rookie year and his third year, which he only played 12 games. The man averages over 5 yards a carry for his career. If he plays all 17 games, even if he plays 15 games, I don't see a situation in which he doesn't hit this.
I respect that. I think if you ask anyone in the league, he's going to be a top 3 running back for sure. So it's always, a lot of these picks are going to come down to if healthy, if he plays all the games, if he gets as many snaps as they're supposed to get. Nick Chubb, right off the rip, I think he's going to be one of the best backs as per usual. And without having to split as many reps with Kareem, like you said, I think it's going to pay dividends to him in the long run.
Definitely. And as I've kind of said in the other episodes this year, I think the Browns do have a pretty good season, with Deshaun Watson being back for a full year now. And then Nick Chubb, I'm huge on him. If I get the chance to draft him in my fantasy drafts, I'm taking him. I think he's going to be the number one back in fantasy this year and really show how much of a stud he is.
And if you're the Browns, the best thing you could do to let Deshaun settle is have that great running game that you have had and you've leaned on with very average quarterbacks. So if they can get it done up front, Chubb will always carry his weight.
For sure, 110%. I just can't wait to watch this unfold. I'm so excited.
You're getting a Nick Chubb just thinking about it, aren't
you? No comment. Next guy, another one that I'm like, God, I'm looking at the numbers and it seems like every guy we pull up, I'm like, that's a lock, that there's no doubt in my mind that's going to hit. Justin Jefferson, over 1,399.5 yards. So he needs 1,400. He's been in the league 3 years. He's hit it every single year. He continues to show he's the best receiver in the NFL. And last year he had a huge breakout year. I think he went for 1,800 yards after a season in which he did 1,600. So I think Justin Jefferson, no doubt in my mind, Adam Thielen's not there anymore. Obviously they drafted a rookie, but him and Kirk have that connection, even though he told everyone he doesn't think Kirk is a top 5 quarterback. I still think Kirk's going to throw him the ball.
Yeah, I think he's going to get enough targets regardless. If we're just looking at raw data, he already said 3 out of 3 years he's hit it, and we know he's going to be one of the most targeted receivers, if not the most targeted receiver in the NFL like usual. That's why he's such a get. People are taking him number 1 overall in fantasy. You would imagine he's going to have another great season barring any injuries or any injury to Kirk Cousins.
Right. And, I mean, the kid just gets open. Like, he's good. He's getting double-teamed. And it doesn't matter. You can't stop him. He'll put 300 on your head if you let him.
For sure. And a lot of defensive coordinators are throughout the game. They leave a cornerback extremely vulnerable. It's how you have to play. It's super hard to play too high up top the entire game without having any sort of running game or anyone being able to creep into the box. So he's just one of those players that when he gets the one-on-one moments, he makes them happen. So you can't double him all game long, right? So I don't know. I think he is my number one favorite pick as long as he's healthy for his 1,400 yards this year.
There we go. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, who we got at number 3, Riley?
Mark Andrews. I think this is like we were debating on Kelsey's, but I think we were looking at Mark Andrews, his touchdowns, his reception, his yards. I mean, we just think Mark Andrews is going to be just as great as he was before the injury year. The guy was number 1, number 2 alongside Kelsey. He was definitely number 1, number 2 in fantasy. He needs to average 49 yards a game for this bet to hit, over 825.5 yards. He averages 53 yards per game with Lamar at quarterback. So like any other receiver, any other tight end, you need your starting quarterback to be in the game for you to have an uptick in yards. So, I mean, it is what it is. We need Lamar to play a full year so that offense can just be cohesive in general. And then the Ravens saying they're going to throw more. I mean, Harbaugh will say whatever the fuck he wants. You can kind of take that with a grain of salt. But in theory, they're going to try to match up Andrews and OBJ on the same side of the field. And then they're going to just make their free safety or whatever rolling safety you have, take a pick. Who are you going to shade? Who are you going to cover?
Right.
And then we're going to run it. We're going to game plan that throughout the game and scheme differently. And we just believe that Mark Andrews is going to get a lot more open targets with more depth around him. Basically, we just think he's going to get a lot more targets, and 825 is just low.
Low. I mean,
low.
50 yards a game. That's all we need. Like, he, bar none, has been the number 2 fantasy tight end when he's healthy and when Lamar's healthy, because Lamar says, fuck it, Mark's down there somewhere, and just chucks him the ball in the end zone, which is awesome if you're his fantasy owner, and awesome for us because we're taking his over on the yards. I really do believe in Mark Andrews. I think that people kind of over gap Travis Kelce from every other tight end. Is there a huge gap between Kelce, Kittle, Andrews, and everyone else? Yeah, I think so. But I think everyone makes a mistake not including Mark Andrews in the same kind of air as Travis Kelce, I guess I would say. So.
Yeah, I mean, I think everyone knows that, honestly. If you just like looked at it or remembered, I think it's just a small market. He's not a big guy. He's not on podcasts. He's not talking a lot. So it's like a recency bias with Kelce. But anyone in the league or all tight end university, they know Mark Andrews is a fucking dog. Top 2, I will say top 2 for sure. I'll take him over Kittle, to be honest with you.
I love it. I love it. All right. Number 4, this is the one that I'm like, the guy who has the most injury problems as far as the people that we put on the Super GOAT. But if he stays healthy, it's like, how does this not fucking happen? Christian McCaffrey over 2.5 games with 100 yards.
I'm telling you, when we first seen it, it just like snapped to me. I'm like, 2.5? There's no fucking way. Like, what are they thinking that we're not? And it's the injuries. It's how healthy is he going to be with the workload he's going to need, dependent on one of his 2 quarterbacks, Purdy or whatever, Trey Lance. Like, they don't have that great quarterback. So he's going to be leaned on. He's going to get a lot of tugs. He's going to get a lot of touches. But can he stay healthy for 17 fucking weeks?
Right. And what's nice is in the 49ers offense, you don't have to worry about if they're going to just turn around and throw the ball the whole game, because it's not what Kyle Shanahan does. He is going to give the rock to his running back. Unfortunately, the one downside with that is he typically goes to just whoever has the hot hand. It doesn't matter who you are. If you're busting off, 5, 6, 10-yard gains, you're going to get the ball that game. Sorry to everyone else. Hopefully CMC just does this week 1, 2, and 3, says bye, takes a 75 yard to the house, and then calls it good after that. But 100 yards should be pretty easy. for Christian McCaffrey. Just need 3 games. Just need 3 games.
Mark my words. He will have one in the first 3 games, and
Okay.
then you will be a little more relaxed on it. You'll be like, all right, yeah, we're good, we're good.
All right,
He's a fucking beast. I don't know how it's at 2.5. Eli Mitchell just went down, or they just said he was going to be down for X amount of weeks. The line hasn't changed yet, so by next week maybe it'll be at 3.5, 4.5, based off the workload in the second running back that they're going to bring in that they're working out. But for me, I think this is probably one of like my favorite bets. If I were to take like just a 2 pick from R6, for me, he's going to be in it 10 out of 10 times.
Awesome. I love that. Talking about Eli Mitchell, they said it's an adductor strain. They guessed a week, but if they're bringing in 4 guys to work out, why would they do that if he's only going to be gone? He's only going to be down a week. Like, doesn't make sense to me. How serious is the injury? If you're going to be a shifty, cutting running back, you need your adductors. So we'll see. It's something that you can restrain and restrain. So hopefully CMC just gets the workload and we don't have to worry about it.
For sure. I think injury or not, this 2.5 I'd be just fine with. I'm not even going to blink at it. This is going to be our no stress.
It'll be green.
Green beans, baby.
After Christian McCaffrey, we kind of get to the homer pick. So we are trusting in Amon-Ra St. Brown, which he's a Lion, over 95.5 receptions. So we don't need him to get yards. We don't need him to score touchdowns. We just need him to do what I think he does best, and that's get open.
Catch the ball, baby.
Goff is going to hit him if he's open. He's the best friend and the perfect dude for a conservative quarterback, which, as we saw last year, that's kind of what Goff does. The Lions are going to run the ball down your throat. They're going to set up the play-action game, and that's where Amon-Ra gets open, That deep out, that crosser, everything. Amon-Ra's the man for every route under 20 yards. 95.5 receptions. He had 106 last year. He even missed a game, was hurt for multiple games. This was easy. No sweat last year. I think it'll be the same this year.
I like it. I think if it was at 99.5, I'm still okay with it.
Right.
4 extra. So stay healthy. Goff, do your thing. Hit him when he's open. He's going to get 8 to 10 targets a game.
Easy.
That's just what's going to, end of the day, he's going to get 8 to 10 targets a game. If he converts on half of those, we're going to be sitting pretty.
Yeah. And if you're looking at Amon-Ra and you want to take his touchdowns, that's fine with me too. Cause last year he only scored 6, I think. And he was targeted 100 and X number of times. So just catch the damn ball. Who cares? Get to the 96 and we're good to go.
Hey, it's exciting for me. Being a homer, every time he catches that, I'm going to be, yeah, baby.
Check.
It doesn't matter if it's for negative 4 yards. It doesn't matter.
Catch is a catch.
Yes, sir.
And then the last one we have kind of goes right along with us. The things we've been talking about, the gambling degeneracy that we all run through. And that's why we're doing this, right? We are degenerates at heart. Calvin Ridley, over 70.5 catches. The man is the degenerate. He got suspended and actually banned from the league for a whole year because of gambling on his own team, parlays included. Not just little funny money.
He's the degenerate martyr.
Right.
He had to go down so we all could win.
Amen.
He's our hero, bro.
The Jags are on the upswing. This is why I like this play. Doug Peterson, head coach. Obviously, Trevor Lawrence, quarterback we talked a lot about when we talked AFC South. I'm a huge believer in Trevor Lawrence. He's been the best in high school, best in college, and now he's going to continue to grow in the NFL. They had 3 guys last year who caught 71 balls or more. So why can't Calvin Ridley come in? He's better than all 3 of the guys. So it should be a no-brainer. He needs to average just over 4 catches a game. And before he got suspended, he was catching 6 per game with the Falcons. So in 2021 and 2020, he was at exactly 6.0 catches per game.
Hey, I already told you. I only had to watch one Twitter video of him running a 15-yard dig behind Zay Jones, and I was like, oh, yeah, he's catching 80 balls this year. He's catching 80 balls this year. Don't even worry about it. He's a D-gen. He would never do that to us.
Right. It's absolutely free. No,
It's free.
No questions. No
Green
questions.
beans, Calvin Ridley, dude. Hey, if he does go over and he's like the last one, I'm getting a Calvin Ridley jersey. I think we have to just for the pod.
I'm down with it for sure.
He's a true D-gen. He goes on like the Wall of Fame. He got busted for a year, and he's back, baby. He's back.
I mean, truthfully, whoever is the last one to get this, because they're all going green, right? All 6 of them. Whoever the last one is, maybe I'll look at doing that, getting a jersey and repping it, because they're coming in clutch, that's for sure.
Yeah, bro. Well, hopefully your baseball goat whale bangs out even with the DNP, and you'll have another little cash out to be able to throw on another goat whale.
Oh, I mean, we gotta keep making them, right? They're just fun. They're just fun. NFL,
right.
NBA, MLB. There is the college football season props you can take too, but they don't give you many options. So
yeah, we'll still get into that because we got that Calvin Ridley dog with us. D-Gens, baby.
The Detroit Degenerates, baby.
In other news, Jose Ramirez knocked Tim Anderson the fuck out. And I think we have to say something about that because that was awesome. That was the most exciting clip I've ever seen. I watched it like 6 times. Baseball and people squaring up on second base has got to be one of the coolest fucking things ever, dude. Right in the middle of the field. Everyone's watching. Everyone's on their feet. It was like someone hit a home run. But right, it was just Jose hitting a home run on Tim Anderson's jaw.
From one goat whale to the next, right? The one guy we're worried about on the other goat whale, and what's he do? Fucking KOs.
Get suspended.
Right.
Fuck Jamar.
KOs Tim Anderson. It should be worth 3 RBIs because I think that's how many teeth Tim Anderson lost or how many times he fell in the dirt. But
oh my God, dude, that was just so clean. The way he dropped was just so fucking clean. I rewound it like 5 times, dude. I couldn't believe it.
You absolutely have to.
That shit was electric. If baseball implemented 1 fight per game, tickets are going through the roof. You get like Big Papi and Miguel in their prime or something like that. You get the heavyweights out there.
Let the fans pick.
Oh my God, that'd be even better, dude. You got some fucking green bean against Big Papi or something.
Right. Sorry, kid. You just got called up. Guess what?
Yep. The AAA kid.
Hope you've been hitting the bag.
You bring up people that can't even swing the bat. They're only there to fight.
They're the goons. You gotta have goons on your baseball team.
At least one goon. He can fight every game, but you gotta have one.
I promise you, beer sales will catch up to what they were before the shortened games too.
Yeah, no shit, bro. Other random news. Right before we started the pod, Teddy B is signing with the Detroit Lions. Teddy Bridgewater. Any thoughts about that?
I mean, as far as backup quarterbacks goes, I don't think you can ask for a better serviceable dude that if you need him to step in and win games, he can do it as your backup quarterback. He's just all around. He's always been a good quarterback. He's never been a great quarterback, and that's kind of what ruined him, along with injuries. But Teddy Bridgewater, not going to turn the ball over, hopefully, can step right into what Goff does and maybe add a little dynamicy to it. But it should be a good fit for the Lions.
Yeah, I think it's great for us. I think having a good backup quarterback is great. There's nothing you could say about it. It's not like we had to spend too much on him or anything crazy like that. If anything happened to Goff, I think there wouldn't be too much of a drop-off.
Right.
I think we'd still, with the talent we have around the ball, would still be around the same spot. So I don't think it's anything crazy, but at the end of the day, it's still a win for the Lions. It's a big plus for us having a backup quarterback, especially they've probably been in the league pretty close to each other. It's not like any like veteran wisdom that he's going to share, but I think just having another functional quarterback that's been in the league to be able to help Goff go through his progression week in and week out in scouting for different teams it's always a plus.
Definitely, and it makes me less worried that if Goff gets hurt, Amon-Ra won't get that 96 catches. So
there we go, you degenerate. You're already thinking about you and your own bets. This man said Teddy B. Oh yeah, that helps.
That does. It does.
You're a degenerate.
Darn it.
All right, that's going to do it for us for episode 24. We wanted to make it very short, very sweet, straight to the point. Let you know our Super GOAT Prize Pick 6-man pick for the NFL full season.
Absolutely. 50 gets us what? 1250 you said?
50 for 1250. Going to Meemaw's house, baby.
Light it on fire, boys. Let's go.
Yep, light it on fire. Gamble responsibly. 18 or older. Don't be a degen. All right, boys. We're going to see you next time on episode 25. Peace.
Another one for Tommy boy. Another one for the world. Another one for the listeners. And maybe